Hello everyone, welcome to this year's end of the year binder flip through. I haven't been posting regularly lately, just honestly haven't really been in the mood. So I've been putting up cards without you guys seeing them. And I haven't counted my cards. Last year I counted my cards before doing the flip through. But this year I decided I wanted it to be a surprise for myself as well. So we are going to go through them in, I guess, alphabetical order, except for Astro, because I always save them for last. And we all know that they're going to be my largest group. But let's get started. So this year I started a new binder that separated my concert cards from the actual group. So before I used to have like the TXT one I had with the TXT photo cards, but this year I decided, since I had so many more concert photo cards, which is really exciting to be honest, I decided to make a concert photo, kind of like a timeline of the concerts I've been to over the years. So TXT one is in the front because I just don't want this to damage any of the photo cards. So that one's not in order, but the whirlwind of Perky concerts this year was amazing. And you know, I always wondered about seeing a group more than once, especially like during the same tour. But every time it was a different experience, every time it was great, and every time there was some kind of surprise. So yeah, really excited about that. So Purple Kiss, and then we have ONEUS right here. I did win a Polaroid at their concert, so I'm gonna keep that covered. Signed Polaroid, really excited about that. And then this is the other set because they had two sets for their photo cards. The Rose concert. These cards, by the way, were difficult to get a full set, but we managed to get a full set, and so I'm really excited about that. The Rose concert was amazing, and I think I've said that a bazillion times, but I can't say it enough times because honestly they blew me out the water. So TXT, I'm gonna have to blur that out. So at one of the other Purple Kiss concert, I also won a Polaroid, so I was very lucky this year with the winning of the Polaroids. That was really exciting. I usually suck at winning stuff, so Lexi will be excited because she knows this card will go to her because, you know, she's the ult. And I got to see ONEUS. Super different vibe from most K-pop concerts since they are a band, but absolutely loved it. They are amazing as well. The first time I saw ONEUS, it was my reward for completing a marathon. I won't say I ran it, but I did complete it within the time limit. So a couple days later, I went to go see ONEUS, which is what you do on very sore legs. These are the cards that Lexi made for the Ace tour. So those are fan-made cards, but they're so super cute, so we kept a set for ourselves. And then here's the Ace actual cards, and they had the VIP cards and the trading cards, which again, you would think in a venue full of people who bought cards, it would be much easier to trade and to complete the set, but good Lord, it was not. I don't know why I don't have these double sleeve, but it's okay. This one's so cute. I was like, I haven't seen them in concert. This is, my other thought is to put light stick cards. So Apex, they're light stick photo cards. And then Ace's light stick photo cards. Really need to start putting in dividers because I look at a card and I get so confused. All right, so next binder. I don't know if I did this as a flip through last year because I hadn't technically taken this over. But here is Ateez. And I bought these cards last year for Lexi, but I ended up with duplicates because it's a long story. But my boys are in these, and so I'm keeping them. And they're super cute. Jungho, I mean, how can you go wrong with Jungho? So this is a binder that doesn't get a lot of attention. For a couple reasons. One, I am currently very dedicated to getting Astro completed, or at least the back collecting completed, up to a certain point. And the 4 members that I collect are the 4 opposite members that Lexi collects. So it's Sanghwa, San, Wooyoung, and Jungho. And San and Sanghwa are just notoriously expensive. So I tend to not even look at them. Not even look at them. And I only add to this binder when I need a Jungho fix. And he never disappoints me. Never disappoints me. But these are also Lexi's cards that she has collected that are in safekeeping because we all know Lexi has a really hard time with committing to a decision, and I didn't want her to regret selling these cards. Look at the blankets. And so I offered to take them on, and maybe eventually she'll have an OT8 set, but it will be slow progress, like I said, because normally it's just when I need a Jungho fix, or I see a really cute card, or there's a set that I want to finish, do I add to it. So this one is definitely a slow progress. When Ateez drops an album, like this one, oh my God, the hearts. You guys, the hearts, I had to buy that one. So we only have the Lollipop Sanghwa. We thought we had Jungho too. So yeah, when we buy albums now, usually Lexi and I both buy albums, and we just split up the cards to whoever they go to. So if she pulls all of my biases, I keep hers, and if I pull all of hers, she keeps mine. Which that kind of happened with Fever Part 1. All she did was pull San and Sanghwa. It was kind of funny. And all I did was pull San and Sanghwa. So all we had was duplicates in the house. But yeah, Jungho, he's such a cutie. Okay, so with Ateez, I am here for San. But I don't know what Jungho has done because Lexi says I refuse to admit it, but I guess I'll finally admit it. I think he's at the top now. Oh, look, I still couldn't even admit it officially. San brought me to the group. San kept me, but Jungho has captured my heart. That guy is just amazing. So underrated. But yeah, so there's quite a few cards. This one, oh my God. So Lexi would technically collect Junho's, but I really want Junho's because Junho is holding a whale, and I can't say no to a whale. So he'll probably go up in the front whenever I finally do decide to purchase that one. But yeah, that's what I really, really like. It's just so cute. I think I bought Mingy and Yosong for Lexi. I don't know, I don't remember. I may have just only bought Mingy. But that sea creature one, just absolutely adorable. The panda set, dolphin set. Of course, I had to finish this one, right? I mean, what was I just talking about? Whales? So, yeah. And I just, when we went to K-Pop Nation the other day, I broke down and bought these two. So it finished the set for us. I think they have Woo Youngs. So we have to go back to Atlanta because I can't read. For a person who does a lot of reading, I certainly can't read. So for Michael, my son, we bought the set of a set of mangas for him, and when I picked them up, I said I need to put down this duplicate number 3 and pick up number 1 because they weren't in order. But I guess I just had that thought, but never actually committed to it. And so I went to go wrap it the other day. I would have more of these Songhua, pink-haired Songhwas, but the post office decided to eat them. I don't know. They never arrived. Very sad. Still very sad to this day. It's probably been at least a year and a half. But yeah, so when I went to go wrap it and I stacked them up and went to put them in order, it was 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. And we don't have that bookstore here in Augusta, which is why we bought it in Atlanta. And yeah, so we got to make another trip, or I got to make another trip back to Atlanta to, cries, but it's okay. We'll probably just do our usual like we always do. Okay, I picked these up as well the other day. There is something about this fit on Jung-ho. I absolutely love it. And I'm pretty sure this jean jacket and the baseball jean hat is what sealed him in the #1 spot. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Lexi and I split this set. So she has all 4 of the others. And I have my 4. So that's a complete set for us. But yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not a fan of these chickens. But yeah, so this binder, like I said, is a work in progress. It's a work in progress. And you'll notice I have a lot of Jung-ho because I just can't pass him up. And at one point, I did buy Songhwa's birthday merch. So yeah, I have my little wedding ring. I've never put it on, but it's super cute. The little silver tray to put the jewelry on is really nice. Solid. All right, so that's it for Ateez. Okay. One more time. This one is so cute. Oh. Yeah, so I'd probably put Junho, the whale, with the whale right here somewhere. All right, my itty bitty little binder for Day6. I decided to move them into this 4-pocket binder because I just thought they fit better. With Day6 this year, I bought a couple of cards, but not too many for the back collecting. what I focused on was making sure that I kept up with their albums. Yeah, and so you'll notice in the back when we get to their newest couple of releases or comebacks, I have a lot more photo cards because I actually bought the album. Well, I have almost all of their albums, I think, now. But I bought quite a few of each of the albums, each of the versions, and so there's a lot more cards. Plus, they did a lot more sets as far as that's concerned in the album, so that made things a little bit easier, or makes it look a little bit fuller. I was really upset. I was really excited that they came to America for a tour, but I was really upset that they only went to, what, 4 cities? And yeah, well, since we traveled for Perky this year, and having to, sadly, be financially responsible, traveling to one of those cities to go see Day6 was just not in my cards. But look at Wampil. So for Day6, Wampil is my bias. Absolutely in love with this guy. Yeah, so I was a little disappointed I wasn't able to see them on American soil, but maybe one day. And I also, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I'm a huge fan of an idol in a sweater. Hanbok and sweaters, and plushies and whales. I guess those would be my kryptonite if anybody needed to know how to destroy me. If I ever get a hanbok with a plushie whale, oh, we'd be in trouble. Anyways, so yeah, their newest album, Decade, which was super fun, very bright, lots of colors. And I do have to say, I think Wampil is getting better at doing photo cards. Like I think he branched out a little bit more than he's done in the past. But yeah, I did not buy the 4 different headset earbuds merch album. That was a little crazy. And then I put group cards in the back. So yeah, so here's a little walkthrough of my Day6, and I think they look so much better in this binder than they did in the 9-pocket binder. Okay, so I probably should have started with this one, but I had it in the wrong stack. This is my I love you, but I don't have the energy to commit 100%. So Ace has been moved into this binder because, again, like I said, I don't have, but I don't want to give them up. They're so pretty. So sometimes I get a little bug, and I decide to pick up an Ace card here and there. But otherwise, these are probably not going to go much further than what they are right now. But I'm definitely not selling any. Lexi and I are going to go see Junhee in January in Atlanta. Really excited about that because that'll probably be our last concert. So our last concert together for a while. So it's kind of bittersweet because I think y'all know our story. Started off, my very first K-pop concert was Ace, where somebody didn't want to drive to Atlanta by herself. So I said I would go with her, and that's the end of the story. I went to go see Ace in 2019, I think it was. Lexi can confirm that date when she when she talks about that concert, and haven't looked back. Yeah, so now I'm doing end of year photocard flip throughs, and yeah, so we're gonna kind of go full circle. It's not an Ace concert, but it's Junhee, which is amazing because his last album, or his debut album as a soloist, was amazing. Umbrella, I just absolutely love that song. It's made it onto my favorite playlist. And it's just a great song. And the album itself overall is just really good. So this is also where BTS lives. And for BTS, it's Jungkook, Suga, and RM. And of course, those did make it in there a little bit. These are just random photo cards. Got these at the Ace concert in 2024. And then this wasn't a trade. And I really just don't know what to do with it. So I just put it in here. And this just be, I bought some cards from a seller, I think on Macari, and she didn't realize she didn't have one that I had purchased. And she didn't have anything else that I needed. Because I was buying Astro, so I had already bought everything that I needed from her, and I was like, you know what, just throw in a Just Be card, surprise me. And so that's what she sent. She thought it was kind of funny, but yeah. So Just Be, Woosung, and the Rose. I haven't done very much back collecting, so I think all of these are basically just from the albums. And Woosung doesn't like me. I think I've sold all of my duplicates, but I bought like, so there was the red version and the blue version, the jewel case and the photo book, and I pulled the exact same cards in all 4 albums. So yeah, fun times. But I haven't really looked for them, so I don't know, but maybe one day at least finish Woosung's sets. Those seem to be a little bit more attainable. Jackson, I've been pretty obsessed with him, but my obsession with Jackson over the last year has probably tripled. I don't think this man can do any wrong. Youngtak, I talk about him every year, and I keep saying I should add more. This is his light stick. His light stick is super cute. It's a little teddy bear, but I never add anything to his collection. But if you like Trot, I highly recommend him. This is Day6's solo stuff. So Yoonke, I just didn't really think they fit in the 4-pocket binder, and so I just left them in here. If you haven't listened to 30 was another just amazing album. Yeah, I mean, these guys are just great. Yep, so that's the end of this one. But yeah, 2 albums if you haven't listened to them. I guess 3, because World from the Rose is also highly, highly recommended. So Junhee's, which I don't know what it's actually called, 30 by Sungmin. Did I say his name right? Oh, and this is why I never use any names. 30 and The Rose World. 3 fantastic albums. Not sure, did 30, I think 30 came out at the end of last year. But otherwise the other 2 came out this year. All right, so my Lun8 boys. They receive very minimal attention from me. I buy their albums, and that is pretty much it. So it is what I have, whatever I pull. They did have one comeback this year. I'm telling stories now. I'm not even sure. One, I think, Butterfly, or the one that I really remember, Butterfly. And so I added those this year. And I think that's pretty much all I've added from last year's flip through. But I hope they do really well. Lexi heard the song Whip the other day, and it was like on repeat in her head, which I found extremely funny. That's from their second album. It was just randomly playing in the K-pop store, and I think after that we listened to it about 6 times in the car. So if you guys need a song recommendation, Whip. Monsta X. They've had quite a bit of progress. Not only did they have a comeback, but I have also been getting a few, not a lot, of their cards, or of their back cards. And so this is one group that I have the full set for their debut album. So I'm so excited to have this set complete. So their very first album is done. Are any of their other albums done? No, not even close. But their debut album is done. And you know what? If nothing else, their debut album is done. And so yeah, here's Monsta X. I've made a little bit of progress this year. I bought a lot of cards from a girl who was dropping her Monsta X collection, and she had a lot of Wonho, so I ended up going through her collection and getting some of the earliest eras, which is how I finished the debut album. And so you'll see that there's quite a few more Wonhos in here, and a lot more of the older eras. They look like they were doing an amazing job at Jingle Ball. I was really excited to see them back at Jingle Ball because, well, before they started their whole military enlistments, they were doing Jingle Ball. And so it was just really exciting to have them all back and picking up kind of where they left off. I hope everybody is excited about their upcoming world tour. Nexus, it's probably going to be amazing. I'm sure Shonu will not have a shirt on, so if you're bringing children, you have been warned. Shonu, I'm like, yeah, I'd eat my shoes if he ends up not having a shirt, if he ends up having a shirt the entire time, because I think he's taken some lessons or some advice from San, and the stylist doesn't even pack shirts anymore because there's no point in wasting the space in the luggage. That was Susu, by the way. She's in an interesting little mood. I find collecting Monsta X to be a little bit more challenging because it's like, do we have Wonho? Did we have Wonho? Do we have Shonu? So yeah, it's a little bit more challenging because again, it's just difficult in remembering who should be in the group. And so that's why they have different colors. So this is the full group, full 7. So the full 7. And then Here it goes to 6. And so I guess this one is done, but probably my least favorite cards, but they're done. So Dreaming. And so this is when Wonho is no longer in the group. And so there's the navy blue. And I'm not sure if I like the way this binder is set up, but for now, until I give them my undivided attention, it's good enough. It's good enough. I got Post-it notes everywhere. Thoughts, ideas. I guess that wasn't Dreaming. What was that? I don't know. It was, I think, their American album, though. All About Love. And then Dreaming. And then this is where it's no Shonu, because Shonu's in the military, so I moved it into teal sleeves. And putting these cards up. I'm sure if y'all have seen any of my Monsta X storing videos, y'all know how challenging these guys are for me. But like I said, when I found that one seller who was selling Monsta X, I focused on her later era cards. And so the newer era doesn't have a lot of progress. I think I did add 2 of these, Kihyun and maybe Hyungwon. And I mean a couple for a reason, but I really couldn't tell you which ones. So, but they didn't have a lot of progress, but I did get a couple of Season's Greetings this year, so got collected a couple of those, which I don't know if I'm going to do that going forward, but I did it on an impulse. And so this is their newest album, X, which includes Shonu again. So it's back to the 6, and I chose a different color. I don't know, maybe I'll go back to the pink. And no, I did choose the same color. So blue for 6 members again, so they'll go across. Complicated, you guys, complicated. But if you didn't know, you would really think Shonu was my bias, because I pull him like crazy. But I think my favorite is the Maknae line. So I am and Juhani are my alts, but I don't know what Hyungwon has been drinking this era. Yeah, because I'm just fascinated by that guy. So here are the Season's Greetings that I've added, and they were so cute that I didn't put them in sleeves. I guess they drew different dinosaurs. And then the 2025 Season's Greetings, yeah. Super cute. And then there are units and solos. Again, another color. Everything's a different color in this binder. Which these haven't made any progress because I haven't given them any attention as far as that's concerned. But I do try to keep up with comebacks. Actually, I think Wonho may have gotten a couple extra cards because I did find some of his albums. His solo albums. So when I back collect their albums, they have photo cards in them. IM's solo album. Ooh. Well, that one's seen better days. But yeah, so there's Monsta X. if you're able to next year, I highly recommend seeing them in concert. When we saw them 2019, was it 2019? 2021? 21? Oh my god. When I saw them the last time they came to the US, they are actually the ones who set the bar. All right, ONEUS. So the Monsta X concert kind of like absolutely sealed the deal for me as far as being a K-pop concert goer. It was the first concert that I purchased tickets for, and it was completely different from Ace because it was an arena or stadium versus a very small group, a small venue, so completely different vibes. And I just fell in love with Monsta X at that point, and in love with going to concerts. And so anytime we went to a concert, it was like, was it better than Monsta X's concert? And that was the bar. It was also the first concert at Gas South, and so I feel like Gas South is a second home almost, because so many concerts happen at Gas South. Here's ONEUS. I swore last year that they would get more attention from me, but they haven't. But look at the babies. I did buy that whole set, I think, this year. Hanbok. Again, you cannot go wrong with Hanbok. I did find these at our K-pop store, so really excited about those. I did get a couple of cards, but not very many, just because I am, again, not ready to put in the energy or the resources, because right now Astro back collecting has been my top priority. So these are kind of just when, if I stumble across something that I really like, yeah, I add them. But I do make sure that I keep up with their comebacks. And see, Malice was the first concert that Lexi and I went to, and then Pygmalion, which I think they came to the US either for Pygmalion or whatever this one is called, but I did not go to that concert, but I did finish the set. Super cute. And then this was not their last one, but the one before that, Dear M, which I feel like that album, all the new songs on there were amazing, that I feel like it could have been a mini album, and then they could have done like a greatest hits album. But my pulls were really good, and I did buy some duplicate albums, but I think this is the only card I actually need to complete the sets. Yeah, so it was pretty impressive as far as my pulls were for this. Unlike Woosung, ONEUS really liked me for the Dear M era. And then this is all their singles or solo comebacks. And if you saw my storing video, it was a disaster. But yeah, so I have all of theirs. And I bought 3 of the polka albums for each one, except for Soho. Did I say his name right? Soho. Because I messed up the timing, whatnot, so I got most of the pre-order benefits, and I did really good on the pulls. Just got a couple of duplicates. I didn't order 3 of his because I messed up on the timing, and so I think I've only purchased 2, so I'm doing pretty good as far as the random card is concerned, and his was the only duplicate I pulled, so I did really well. And then pre-order benefits, yep. And then this is their latest comeback, X5. I don't know why I struggle with that album name, but 5X. Had it backwards. I didn't buy a lot for that one. I did buy a signed album at the concert, but since it was the plastic one, I didn't open it because I didn't want to rip it. So yeah, so that's a ONEUS. Even though I say Astro received all my attention, TXT still somehow manages to sneak their way in there. And I have done some back collecting. And definitely made sure to try to keep up with their comebacks. The only one that I don't have is Youngjin's latest. Not sure, but I did not buy that one. Again, there's some things going on, so was putting off buying any albums this last couple of months. I guess starting in November, I stopped buying albums, so I don't have that one. But I did make a little bit of progress as far as they're concerned, so I'll be excited to see what their number count is this year. Wasn't able to go see them in concert again this year, so I mean, I have seen them 3 times, so I can't really complain, but it would have been really nice. So Free Fall was one of the albums that received some attention this year, and was it this one where I messed up and I bought this card twice, and so it would have been completed, but somebody messed up because she can't read a template. Not to name any names. I'm pretty sure it was Susu though, you know, because the cat orders all my cards. Anyways, so Free Fall is almost done except for that one. And the Weverse albums. I guess maybe not a lot of people buy them. But so I have a couple of their albums done. I managed to get Sanctuary done within the era, which I was really excited about. Yeah, so Deja Vu is probably still one of my favorite songs. And you'll notice it's not quite organized. There's some random pre-order benefits throughout. But like I said, Sanctuary is completely done. And I got the Japanese pre-order benefits for this one that I absolutely love. And I was like, I'm done with pre-order benefits. I'm not going to get any more because I usually just do Weverse and maybe Target or something if I buy some albums from Target. But I discovered that they do this cute thing for their Japanese pre-order benefits. And so those are the Target. They have heart hollows. I hope you guys can see that. Absolutely love them. And I was like, I'm done with Sanctuary. And then I found the full set. And I was like, I'm not done. Bye. Anyways, so I really like that they have the heart hollows on it. I did buy the merch album, which I don't think I'm going to do going forward. These cards were so cute though. Yeonjun's gum. What order? This is oh, The Love Language. I don't know why I can't seem to ever remember that album, because it was strange. It was just a little bit weird, because it was just like all of a sudden there was this single dropped that came with the merch album, and then their latest comeback, which I just forgot the name. Together? I think it's Together. Yeah. Star Chapter Together. Which I didn't go all crazy. I did go all crazy. I bought every one of each of the versions that they had, which it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. I don't know if I'm going to do that going forward anymore. Lexi keeps telling me I shouldn't, and I keep not listening to her. But I really should. I really should, because I think at this point, if you just buy one version of every TXT album, every comeback, you're spending like $200 to $300. Yeah, like, I mean, Yeonjun's, I saw at K-Pop Nation. I mean, I haven't even looked. But at K-Pop Nation, there were 6 versions of Yeonjun's album. 6. And one comes with a pair of boxers, which I didn't know about that until the unboxing that I saw online. I'm not sure why we need a pair of boxers, but hey, to each their own. These are so cute though. And that's what does it. They're all so cute. The couple of Japanese albums that I do have, I'd say the Japanese albums are the only ones I haven't back collected for TXT, but otherwise I have all of their albums, except for Yeonjun's newest, like I just said. But yeah. And then a couple of these Daikon cards that I got from the K-pop store. They had the full set, so I just picked them up. Some random Subin Yeonjun cards. I think they're mostly just like pre-order benefits that I don't really have a spot for, so I've just put them in the back. I really do want to put them in a 5-pocket binder, but that's going to be down the road, and so I just kind of make this binder work for now. Okay, before we move on to Astro, I have this mini photo book that I received for Christmas last year, and so I've put a few cards in here, mostly Purple Kiss going, and mostly these are Lexi's duplicates that she gives me, trying to make me a Pluri collector, but I'm really excited to have her, and so she gets this little collect book, and every now and then I get a new card for her. Also, the kids give me random cards. So Eeyore is my favorite Pooh character. I relate to him a lot. And Ditto Pokemon card, and Will Pokemon cards, because I think I've explained that before. San's favorite Pokemon is a Ditto, so the kids gave me a Ditto. And of course I can't say no to whales. I think I got these in a trade. I don't know, I just don't like throwing stuff away. So I just toss those Pokemon cards in here. And I really like the Stray Kid set, and I'll probably finish it at some point. But Lino and Bang Chen, oh my god, too cute, too cute. And I dropped most of my Stray Kid collection, but I can't part with these. And this new comeback that they just had, the Do It, they did pink again, and I think it has something to do with them boys wearing pink. Their stylist needs to put them in pink more often. I find it absolutely irresistible. But yeah, so my Pride and Joy collection, Astro. Astro receives my attention 100% of the time. They are my goal for this year. I really wanted to finish Rise Up and One and Only. That did not happen, but other things did happen. So it's okay. It's okay. First off, their debut album is finished. So that happened this year. They all the album cards received the Moon and Star penny sleeve. So that was an upgrade. With that upgrade, these binders became really thick, and so I had to move Astro into more binders. And so this first binder is debut, so spring up all the way through Gateway. And you'll notice that for the most part, I have 3 problem children, ONEUS and Moonbin, mostly because they're expensive. But Jinjin, he seems to be a problem child as well, just because he doesn't seem to be on the market that much. But very excited. Finished the line play cards. And I've made quite a lot of progress for Astro. I'll be excited to see what the final count is. I'm pretty sure that I have doubled my Astro Photocard collection from last year. So yeah, my count this year is going to be crazy. If anybody wants to make a guess on how many photocards I have, I will be counting them after I get done filming. And this smile, Moonbin smile, ONEUS smile, little grin. These guys just stole my heart. As you see, Jinjin, Moonbin are the problem. ONEUS, Moonbin. And I really think I'm at like 85% complete with back collecting Astro photocards. So really excited about that. As you see, there's several albums in here that are done. So Spring Up is done. Dream Part 1 is done. The special album is done. As you see, Rise Up, I got really close, but Jinjin's been really difficult to find. And I'm not sure if I've found these MJ cards or if I just haven't purchased them, but Rise Up All Light is almost done. I think I only need 2 or 3 more Jinjin cards and it'll be done. I have found some All Light pre-order benefits. So here's one Sanha's, one set with Sanha's, which is so cute. He is so stinking cute. And then I have this one, which is a different set for MJ with MJ's. So it's a start on pre-order benefits. When I see those, I kind of try to snatch them up because I don't see a lot of the All Light pre-order benefits. Blue Flame is done, which is very exciting. Again, my boys with books. One and Only. This was one of the albums I really wanted to get done. I'm struggling to find those Jinjin cards before somebody else snatches them up, which is funny because I have Moonbins and ONEUS, which are really expensive usually. But yeah, and then I added these. They're message cards, which I thought were super cute. I need Jinjins, Moonbins, and I actually do need Rockies. This is a duplicate ONEUS messenger card. And then Gateway is also done. Missing Jinjin for this pre-order benefit. But Gateway is done. So for this era, or for this though, I don't know if you guys noticed, Rocky and Sanha are completely done. So this is binder number 2 for Astro, and this is all yours through Drive to the Starry Road, which Rocky is also 100% complete for his album cards. I was not able to complete Sanha's, but that's okay. All yours album cards plus the messenger cards are 100% complete, which was my first album to be finished. So I think last year in the flip through it was done. And I'm working very hard on getting their pre-order benefits for these 3 albums back collecting. It's a slow progress because I'm trying really hard not to buy duplicates. But there's so many of them, with so many of them in the same outfit. I'm struggling, but I gotta take my time. But I'm doing really well, I would say, for all yours. Yeah. But there's a lot of pre-order benefits for these guys, which, I mean, I guess it happens with all the groups. But my favorite, I think I point them out every year, went crazy over my ONEUS Care Bear cards. So glad to have them. It's raining. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So I tried to organize the photo cards by their outfits. I'm hoping that makes it easier for me, and I think so far it sort of has. Here is Drive to the Starry Road, and I think I counted the other day, I only need 3 more and the album cards are done. And to fill in the bottom, since there's 2 sets of each of the album cards, I put pre-order benefits down here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 4 album cards and switch on would be done. So that's really exciting. Full sets of pre-order benefits. So cute. Another full set of pre-order benefits done. Again, did the pre-order benefits with matching outfits. So hopefully it's easier for me to figure out what I have and what I don't have. We'll see how well that stands up. All the pre-order benefits with the switch on t-shirt. Yeah, so I really like this sweater on Sanha. But really excited about that. All right, Drive to the Starry Road. I haven't really been focusing on the newer comebacks because, like I said, I've been working really diligently on their first half, which is why that binder is so complete. But with that being said, I'm still doing pretty good. I have one of the expensive boys pretty well done. So I'm excited about that. And like I said, Rocky is 100% complete. And I've also been working on pre-order benefits. So same thing that I did with Switch On. To fill out the pages, I put a set of pre-order benefits at the bottom, and I tried to match them with their with the album cards. So I think that's really cute. And fortunately, they did do 2 sets, which I'm excited about because I really like this one. They're so cute. And then this is all pre-order benefits for Drive to the Starry Road, and you'll see Somebody dropped their Rocky collection, and I pretty much bought whatever she had on hand, which is also why Rocky's album cards are 100% done, and nobody else is. And then their lucky draw is also done for Drive to the Starry Road. So very excited about that. Four more, and 2 out of 3 albums would be complete. Binder number 3 is merch, seasons, greetings, fan meetings, stuff like that. Anything that is not a album card or a pre-order benefit for the album goes in here. That's OT6. Their 2022 full set of seasons greetings. Now that I said that, OT6, this is ONEUS solo trading cards. I bought a couple of packs. Susu, you okay? Yeah? I guess Susu wants some attention. And I just decided to put them in here for fillers of this first page. But for the most part, I have a lot of stuff set up, but not a lot of cards, so you'll see a lot of blank pages. Like this first gen, there's 5 sets, but technically I could probably put them all on one page. The second gen, I only have these 2 cards, the 2 lenticulars, but I don't have any others, but I have it set up, ready to go for whenever. I'm really excited about the 3rd gen because last year, I believe, Jin was missing, and this year Jin came home, and so I have the complete set, And honestly, I think I say this every year, this is the set that started this binder. 4th fan club just need Rocky and their ID cards, but those ID cards will probably be the last thing I collect, because I don't know why they're so pricey. Their 5th fan club only have a couple of cards. Their festivals, look at that smile. Doing pretty good on those. This one's completely done. The 3rd one, I do like that they were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just in case you don't know what order we're supposed to go in. The 3rd festival still only have MJ, and haven't decided if I'm going to, because one of these cards, I think it's this one, is double-sided. So technically this are the same card, just a way to display it so you can see both sides. All Yours trading cards for the Japanese fan meet. Those are new, and that'll probably be a slow progress. I think there's a lot of those, but really excited with what I have. I think this was their Christmas trading cards. Yeah, Christmas pop-up 2020. So I just did a 6-pocket spread. I don't really know how many cards there are for this trading set, but this one I'm very excited about because as you see, I have one set done. So these are the binder cards. So if you bought the Gate 6 binder, you got a Photocard, and I have the complete set now. Again, I probably should learn this, but these are for like if you were a VIP that went, or if you just went, whatever the special reason for those Photocards. And those are slow because I just don't see them very often. But I do have all of the trading cards, 1 through 48, I believe it is. So I'm very excited about that the trading cards are done. And It's all purple and they're pilots and it's so cute. And I honestly, seriously, really regretted not buying these when these came out. I was like, I'm not going to collect those. I'm not going to collect those. There's no reason to buy them. And here we are. I have the full set. So, you know, be careful what you say because it will come back. So, Stargazer, again, the special sets that are available, and then the start of the trading cards. I started this set this year, so it's got quite a bit of progress. So excited about that, and I'm really glad that they did the normal order instead of the way they did gate 6, where it was 2, 2, 2, because this just made it really difficult to remember which card. But at least this way it's like, okay, I'm missing 2 Moonbins, 2 Rockies. I got all of those Sanhas. Where it was just a lot more difficult last go around. And so that's the end of the trading cards. And then these are still some more of the special cards sets. Season's Greetings, 2018. So this one is done. I really need to get Jin out of my Pokemart account one day. I'm not really working on the Season's Greetings, so if I happen to see a really good deal, I buy them, but otherwise I'm not really working on them, which is why there's a lot more blanks. And then I did buy the 2023 Season's Greetings, so I do have that set, but I think there are more versions of Photocards available. But like I said, I'm not really collecting them they're not on my priority, so I haven't really focused on them, so I don't really know what's out there. The DVD for their concert, and then some miscellaneous Photocards that I haven't set up anywhere yet, but I'm pretty sure I will in the future, that have made it into my hands. The random ONEUS food cards. But yeah, so there is binder number 3. Binder number 4 for Astro is their solo and unit stuff, which I'm really excited. If you watched Lexi's Lexmas where I take over, you've seen most of these Astro cards, but these did come in the day after I filmed. So these are new additions. Again, like I said, handbook and plushies. This girl will part with her money. Just add whales. It should be plushie whales with handbook. That'd be the perfect photo card. Absolutely the perfect photo card. So Rocky's second comeback, blank. All his photo cards are complete, which is really exciting. And I have quite a few of pre-order benefits. So really excited about that. Rocky ST, his debut solo album, has made a little bit of progress. Sanha's second album, Chameleon, really excited. He's so cute, so unbelievably adorable. Some pre-order benefits, and I did okay with the pulls. For the albums, I did really good. For the Polka albums, or I think it's Polka albums, I didn't do so good. I pulled a lot of duplicates. Dusk is done as far as his album cards, so really excited about that. So I've done really good on getting the album cards for their solos done. ONEUS debut album is also done. I did not purchase else, so that'll be something I'll have to do in the future, just because of not buying any albums at this moment. Jinjin and MJ's unit. Super cute. Super cute. They gave us lots of unit cards, which I like. It is not complete, but it's not off to a bad start considering I only bought a few albums. Rocky and Jinjin's album is almost done. I just need 3 more Jinjin. Like I said, Jinjin. I don't know why he's so hard. Why is he so hard? But the same person who dropped her Rocky collection, she also had these, so I was able to finish off Rocky. Some pre-order benefits for that album. And then Moonbin and Sanha's unit cards. Here's In and Out. And I have made a lot of progress on these guys, so I'm really excited that there's more cards than purple. There is more cards than purple. Yeah, so that's really exciting. I can't wait to finish it. And then at some point, I'm gonna find some Monsta cards that match the sets, and I think I'll finish them off the 9-pocket page with some Monsta cards. I believe Lexi gave me these, and this gave me that inspiration. She works really well with the colors, so I think I want to do that going forward. Like, I don't really like this one. I don't think that one fits really well, but I think you guys get the idea. And then some pre-order benefits. And then my very last album to share with you guys this year. My little homemade binder for Astro. This binder is made from their anniversary behind book, Wanna Be Your Star. And it holds, I don't know if you guys can see these, it holds the photo book cards, plus a set of pre-order benefits. I know there's other pre-order benefits out there, but one I think is enough. Plus this one is actually kind of full because I decided to put their concert photo cards in here as well. And so these are the cards from attending the concert online, from and then the trading cards and whatever other cards they had. I joined my first go for this concert. Really excited because I was able to finish this thanks to the sorting and participating in that go. Yeah, so really excited about that. And I thought this would be really cute. It's bringing them into an OT4 since Astro will be 4 going forward. But I was also really excited since Rocky was able to participate in this concert. It was quite a little farewell to Rocky in this concert. It was really sweet. And so I put Rocky in the back because, like I said, I got the full set. And I will forever be collecting all of them. And I don't know if you've listened to any of Rocky's solo albums. He's amazing as well as a soloist, and I think he really shines. I kind of feel like maybe he was pigeonholed a little bit into just being the rapper for Astro, but he's a really good singer as well, which many rappers are. But yeah, so this one is their last concert. And the photo cards. So I'm really excited about this one, and it reuses one of the photo books, I think rather nicely. It turned out pretty good, and it's a really nice binder, if I do say so myself. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed watching my flip through for this year. I hope everybody has a great new year and a Merry Christmas. And happy collecting in 2026. Bye.